Alright. 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 To begin, my opposition states that as offenders have committed a crime, then the constitutional laws protecting them do not matter, that they have forfeited the right to protection under the Constitution. But I would like to pose the question of, if their debt to society was not fulfilled, then why were they let out of jail? Letting someone fulfilling this jail sentence and being let out, it implicitly shows that their debt is to society should be repaid, and that it should be forgotten just like any other crime. It also, these laws rely on the notion that most sex offenders are strangers, that prey on children. But and that with these restrictions, with these restrictions on registration, we would be able to dispel the harm that they can do. The problem with that is that these restrictions, especially the ones on place of living, can often defeat the purpose of these laws. In Iowa, resident restrictions led to the displacement of thousands of sex offenders, many of whom became homeless or transient, making them more difficult to track and monitor. Within 6 months of implementation of Iowa's law, the number of registered sex offenders could not be located, and they more than doubled. Law enforcement agents cautioned that the transients created by residence restrictions damages the reliability and validity of sex offender registries. So the law itself harms its own goal, because it creates a large deal of sex offenders who cannot be tracked. And he also mentions that there's a tier system in place to differentiate between different offenders of different types. But that did not protect that did not protect Michael Dodelli, age 67, who was murdered in response to his name being put on the registry. The website implied that he was a child molester, but he wasn't. The murderer was seeking out people on the registry, and this man was murdered because he was on the registry, regardless of the fact that he had never attacked children.